What is happening, hobby friends? Warren D in the CLE here. I'm a little late getting it out today. Sorry, guys. A lot going on here this past week, but just a couple things I want to talk about today. Some thoughts on grading. Having a Frankenstein collection. I know that could be a big topic with some folks, but hey. And then dealing with hobby trolls. And then, of course, the best stuff, man, just showcasing some cards and pickups and whatnot. So, that being said, let's get right to it. So, thoughts on grading. And this leads into trolls and things too. So, use whatever company you want. If you're a PSA guy or person, PSA, SGC, CGC, or CGC now, right? Even if you like GMA or Tag or whatever it is, go with what you like. Orlando from Collector's Dream really had a nice video, I think last week sometime or a week before about, can we get a best slab? I have my own opinions. If could be a hybrid of all of them, that's what I would want. I think CGC has the best looking slab as far as like the plastic. SGC, that black matting format, I love that. Other guys don't. Hey, man, it's whatever you want. I don't care what anybody says. The card is the card. And it doesn't matter what slab the card should be in. It should not matter. The value of the card is what it is. It's social media and influencers saying, hey, PSA is worth more because they do the most or whatever. Forget that, man. Just buy whatever you want. To me, and we've all heard it on many, many platforms that price differential in sales is starting to get a little tighter, which it should be. It's about the card, not who's grading it. Because opinion, you know what they say about opinions? Everybody's got one. So go with what you like. Me personally, I prefer SGC, and I like CSG slabs, which goes right into, I have a Frankenstein collection, but just in the few videos you kind of see, and with what I show here in a little while, I collect a lot of different things because I like memorabilia and cards, and I'm getting away from modern. I don't open packs anymore either. I stopped buying blasters and all that stuff. If I want a certain player, I just go buy the card. Save myself a lot of money. Trust me. Holy smokes. It's not worth trying to get, as I mentioned before, it's not worth trying to hit that gold nugget. Anyway, so I think Frankenstein collections are cool because, see, I'm buying the card. And we've heard it said many times. Just, I'm buying the card. I've seen PSA 10s that there's no way it should be a PSA 10. I've seen SGC. There's no way it should be a 10 or a 9.5. I've seen Beckett. It doesn't matter. But be careful with some of those off-brand grading companies, those lower tier ends that, I know HGA is not very popular anymore. I've heard some decent things about Arena Club, and I know Tag is starting to gain some fans. So I haven't really dealt with it, so I can't really, have an opinion on it. So, but I have PSA slabs. I have SGC slabs. I have CSG slabs, or CGC. But that's because I'm just buying the card. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter. Some guys, I understand why you do it. Hey, I like everything to be uniform and all that. And hey, that's great for you. And I support that wholeheartedly, which goes into, it's very easy in social media to be a jerkball. And I'm sorry if that word offends you. It doesn't matter to me. And I'm probably going to catch stuff for saying what I'm about to say, but don't give in to the trolls. I'm a firm believer, man. Treat others like you want to be treated. And I've had it happen to me. Guys want to say stupid things on Facebook and IG and all that. One, I don't give into it because I'm just going to be the better person and move on and just ignore you. And if you don't want to, you want to keep it going, I'll just block you or unfollow you or just whatever. You understand what I'm getting at. I'll use this as an example. I posted a card that I wanted for a very long time. and I'm not going to say names or anything like that. It doesn't really matter. Who cares? Of an 87 Topps Tiffany Barry Bonds. I love Barry Bonds. I always will. I have my own opinions, and I'm not getting into a whole debate with anybody on it. I think he belongs there. He was a Hall of Famer before he ever juiced. Did he cheat? Absolutely. But everybody did at that time. Well, not everybody. Allegedly. Baseball wanted that stuff to happen, guys. That's just my opinion. Anyway, this guy berated me and insulted me and demeaned me in so many ways. He goes, I actually go out and buy Barry Bonds cards and then burn them. And I'm like, well, hey, it's your money. You spend it how you want. That's how I replied. And that pissed him off even more. And he kept going. And other people were like defending me. Hey, man, just let the guy collect how he wants to collect. Who cares what your opinion is? You're being a jerk. And then he was berating other guys. Finally, I had enough of it to a point where I almost took it down, but this guy deserved exactly what I said to him. I go, look, man, I said, with the amount of negativity you're spitting out, who's going to respect you at this point? And, guy had a really nice collection, but shame on you, dude. Just grow up, be a man, and let people collect how they want to collect. It doesn't matter. Because you don't have the guts, because you'll never say it to anybody's face. But it's very easy to do it here because you're not face-to-face and seeing people's reactions and facial recognition and things like that. And I think that's where our society is kind of losing things. And that's why I love having conversations. I love going to card shows, getting that two-way interaction with other human beings and being able to shake somebody's hand and pat them on the back and say, man, that's a great card. You will never, ever hear me demean anybody for any card. If people want to give me stuff for saying, oh, you're just being a sissy, whatever, man, hey, I'm not going to give in to you, so you might as well just let it go and move on. And if you don't want to watch my channel, that's fine. There's other people that do. So that's it. So there you go. There's my rant. I'm not going to go anymore. Just don't give in to the hobby trolls. They're out there. They're everywhere. All they want to do is make people's life miserable or create that angst or that little twinge in their gut saying, man, I'm getting really upset, and it's not worth it. John Mangini had a similar talk over at the Mangini collection about people being trolls and saying, you suck and whatever. If you're going to tell me that, come with some backup and let me know why. Because if I make mistakes or if I say something stupid, which I'm not going to do that, but there you go, guys. Sorry. All right. Hey, you know what? What's more important than this? Let's show some cards. I got some really cool stuff. Like I said, I've already mentioned before, I'm very eclectic. I like certain things, and I stick into certain players. So this first one's really fun. So this is out of 1960s. It's a Ted Williams model 540 bait casting reel. Beautiful condition. Sears and Roebuck. Beautiful, beautiful reel. I could put line on this right now. It works. I've already tested it many times. Beautiful condition. I love the color of it. Just a fun piece. Really, really sharp, bright. Got it for a great price. It sits on my shelf because I love looking at it because I'm a big fisherman. I don't care what bass, a bluegill, bass, steelhead, salmon, trout, don't matter. I fly fish, whatever it is. I tie flies. Just a beautiful piece, very fun. My next one, my big one I want is a Ted Williams automatic fly reel with an original box. Those tend to be a little more pricey. So I'll work on it eventually. I see them out there. I'm just not willing to pay what people want for them now. Another cool thing, I had purchased a large collection. So this is really nice. Jackie Robinson. This is steel. This is cast. It's solid. This thing weighs. I mean, it's got some heft to it. They did remake these later on. This one's actually more from the 50s. You could tell by the weight of them. And there's a few other discrepancies, but that's a beautiful piece. I actually bought a collection of them years ago, and it had like 15 of them. And I got them for a really good price, and I I kept one for myself. I gave a couple to other friends that were big Jackie folks. And then I sold the rest for like 30, 35 bucks. They don't need to be expensive to be cool. And you can actually, this is missing that, it'd be like a little rubber stopper here. You can actually buy them on Amazon. I just don't. Because I'm not putting money in it. It just sits on a table I have over here. It just really looks cool. So next thing, and to the life of me, I can't figure out the year that this is from. But you guys know I'm big Indians tribe, Chief Wahoo. This is just a great piece. It's pre-1960s. I just don't know the year. Came in a glassware collection. Had some Lou Boudreaux and some other Indian stuff and things like that. But I love the image. And yeah, it's kind of faded. Some of the frosting's coming out just because the age. Kind of see it right here. But just a neat piece. I love looking at it because I love Chief Wahoo and I love the way that looks. Other cool stuff. So one of my favorite pieces, not a big deal, but 1948 Indian schedule. What I love about it is one, the image, the color, the condition of this is really, really nice. The advertisement on the back is just really cool. I love that picture. But what I really like is somebody actually used it. So you'll see there's some check marks in here, especially right here, of who won the game. People just that, and it's all the way through the whole season. I love it. Great piece. Obviously, 48 Indians. Last time we won the World Series. Great stuff. I love that piece. Not expensive, but to find it in really nice shape, you know, you can pay a little bit for it. Nothing crazy, but I like I said, I like that kind of stuff. So, here, another great piece right here. So this is the 30th anniversary of Bob Feller's first major league game. Little coin, stadium giveaway. It says 1966 right here. Nice little image of Feller. It's got Chief Wahoo on there. It says 1936 to 1966. It has it says the Cleveland Hall of Fame, Chief Wahoo. There's an American Legion symbol and then U.S. Navy on here as well. I know it's going to be hard to see, you guys, because it's really shiny, but just a really cool piece. That was actually given to me by a very good friend of mine. He knows I love the tribe, and just a great piece. And I've actually been looking for one of these for a while because you just don't see them. Most of the time they got lost or damaged or destroyed or put out railroad tracks, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So just a really neat piece there. Another fun thing, let me get it out of here, it'd be easier to see. Another cool auto. This is actually from, if I can get it out of here, I'll be all right. So for the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, this young lady's name on here is Audrey Hain. She actually lived in the Cleveland area. She died in 2021. She's actually in multiple Hall of Fames. She's in the Baseball Hall of Fame for the permanent exhibit in Cooperstown. She's also in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. She's also in the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame and the Manitoba Softball Hall of Fame. She was a pitcher. She actually threw 2 no-hitters. But I know it's kind of hard to see, but she did autograph it. A friend of mine went to check on her at her home. He was a police officer, and he saw that she had a bunch of stuff on her mantle, and she's like, "Oh yeah, here, let me give you a card." She signed it. She goes, "I know the perfect guy who's going to go to this." So just a neat auto. I think it's a really cool story. That story, it's part of baseball. It's a great. We all know A League of Their Own, and that, to me, that's a great movie. But I just appreciate the storyline and what those ladies had to go through, and they deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Couple more items, and we're gonna cut this again, guys. I want to try to keep these real. Another great card I love. I tell you, I focus on certain players. So 1954 Bowman, Eddie Matthews. It's off center, but the card itself. Let me pull it out. It's off center, but the card itself is pretty pretty sharp all the way around. Small, tiny little surface wrinkle. Centering doesn't bother me as much as most. Yes, I like better center cards, but if I have an opportunity to buy a really good condition card, I mean, it's pretty sharp, pretty bright, good image, and it's clean on the back too, off-centered, but, you know, I'm fine with it. I love the card. I love the image, and for the price, I'm not going to beat it. And I will get this graded only because I want it in a slab, so it's protected. You know, I love Ed Matthews. He was one of my father's favorite players, and I have other stuff. Like I said, I focus on certain players. All right. Also, I got a nice little bump for my 73 Topps collection. Met with a friend of mine, went through his collection with him. Unfortunately, I told him he didn't have a lot that was worth anything. A lot of junk wax. He had a bunch of 70 stuff, not great condition. But I purchased some of the bigger names out of that the group that he had, and he just messaged me. He has about 41 more comments, which I'm like, I'm in. I'll get them. So, Willie Mays. Henry Aaron, yes, that is badly off-centered, and it's bad on the back, too. It's definitely miscut. Still Hank Aaron or Henry Aaron. I love it. It's fine. It's going in my set. It'll be a place filler until I get a better one at some point down the road. But a bunch of Hall of Famers. Phil Niekro. Nice Gaylord Perry. Raleigh Fingers. Incomparable Lou Brock. Really nice Fisk. I like this Fisk card because I like the rookie trophies on the cards. You know, Jim Palmer. And greatest third baseman of all time, Brooks Robinson. So those are just some fun stuff. Two more things, and then we're going to wind it up. I want to bring up a couple. These are one set's from 1990. It is Donruss, but it's not what you think. This is the 1990 Donruss Learning Series. They made separate cards. I'm going to use Nolan Ryan as an example. So Learning Series, and that's a big difference right there. But here's the regular 90s Nolan card. So different photos, which I like. And I mainly got it because they had a Will Clark that I didn't have. Here's a really nice, well-centered Griffey. Believe it or not, low pops on these, graded from PSA, SGC. These were distributed to third and fourth graders, and their teachers were given study packets and about historic baseball events and historic world events. So these were used as like incentives for children. Problem with these, they got destroyed. They are very hard to find in really nice condition. Lots of creases, lots of bent corners. Kids drew on them, wrote on them. Pencil, pen, marker, it didn't matter. Crayon, you name it. So really high grade ones tend to go for a decent amount of money. I understand it's $90. I love it. There's really not that much out there. I think you can find sets for $30, $40. As sometimes less. I haven't found them for that, because the higher grade sets tend to sell for a little bit more. But I like the Griffey image, just that cheesy looking grin. Just a fun card. But they also issue them to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. It's hard to tell who. Same thing. They weren't taken care of, or they were thrown in book bags or trapper keepers back in the day or whatever. But it's a cool set. Not a lot of people knew about it. I didn't. Once I got really back into it after years, I'm like, how do I never knew that set even existed? That's why they were only distributed to schools. And some say it's more regional. I don't know for sure. So another great set that I love, this from 1992. And I mainly bought it for this card. I did searching. So 1992 Topps Dairy Queen Team USA set. You can find them out there. Higher graded ones tend to go for decent cash, nothing crazy. I don't need it. I have there's 33 card set. These were offered in Dairy Queens. They came in 4 card packs. You could purchase a pack with the purchase of a small helmet Sunday. Now, because I found that out, now I have to find the helmets just to go with it. So I'm sure they're out there. I just have to do some searching. But great card. I love that. I love that because he didn't have an 85 tops card. Team USA. There's the Mark McGuire. They use that same image, just a little closer shot. Really nice Giambi card, I think. And this had players from 92, 88, and 84. And there's Barry Larkin. But great looking set. Really good quality card stock. That's why I like some of these oddball sets, because they were just made better. Better paper quality, sometimes better photos, things like that. So that being said, guys, leave comments below. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this, whatever time it is, morning, noon, night. I'm having a blast doing it. I've had really good response. I'm glad you guys are digging it. Just be good to each other out there, man. I'm going to preach. That's what I'm going to say. We're all watching the same stuff, the same guys, channels. Everybody has their clicks. I try to watch as many different guys to get a good exposure on how people collect. But just be good to each other, man. Just be good. With that, you guys have a great night. Stay warm. And I can't wait for baseball season to start soon enough. Take care, guys. Bye.